Hey guys, how's it going? Joe here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be checking some true story spooky animations part 1. Now you know there's going to be a part 2. So we're going to check out 2 scary animations from Llama Arts. The channel is right here. They make some kind of crazy, spooky, and scary videos. So we're going to move on to the first one. Here we go. So get into your blankets. Do not watch this before bed. It's nighttime, but do not watch for you guys before bed. So here we go. We're going to move to the first one, which is called The Night Shift Stories at 7-Eleven. Let's do this. Okay. Pretty scary right now.
It was 2 years ago. I was called in to do the night shift, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. at 7-Eleven, since somebody called out. The store was located on a busy road in a rather quiet and rural area.
You must be very sleepy.
During the night shift, you could expect anywhere from 10 to 20 people come in to buy a beer or something else. This one particular night, there was this one guy, mid-20s, that came in. He started making weird noises, like loud yelling noises. I assumed he had some kind of mental disability.
Really,
in fact, my brother has a mental disability, so I immediately felt sympathy for the guy. He walked up to the counter without any items, with his head facing me, but his eyes were looking up at the ceiling. I felt uncomfortable.
He's looking disgusting.
I honestly didn't know how to deal with it. I tried speaking with him, but he only responded in loud noises. I kept checking if he was with someone outside, but he was alone. There weren't any cars in the parking lot, so I assumed he walked.
Where's the car?
He stood there for so long,
And
looking up at the ceiling and making noises, that I tried to get him out by handing him a bag of chips and telling him he can go. I tried finding some kind of number to call for someone to help him. Then, out of nowhere, he finally turned around and walked out of the store. I felt so horrible for the man, but at the same time, I felt a bit creeped out. About an hour later, the phone on the counter rang.
Creepy.
I picked up to hear the familiar yelling sounds of the man from earlier. It caught me off guard. I didn't know what to think, other than this has to be some kind of prank. I hung up on them and was now becoming paranoid of my surroundings, constantly checking the outside through the windows. Come 4 o'clock, the person working after me came in, finally allowing for me to go home. It wasn't my problem anymore. I got home and threw all my stuff on the table, ready to get to sleep. But my phone rang within a minute after entering the door. I felt a chill run down my spine. Why would someone be calling at 4 a.m.? I could only imagine it was bad news. I braced myself and picked up the phone to hear the man again.
Yo!
I felt sick to my stomach as I listened to the loud noises he made. I struggled to slam the phone to the receiver. All night I felt like I was being watched, even with all the blinds shut. And I could swear I heard strange noises coming from all over my house. I refused to get any sleep until the sun came up. Weeks passed and I had forgotten about the incident, until one day, when going into the basement for the first time in a while, I found that papers had been scattered all over the floor, and when I went into the basement closet, I found writing on the walls. 7-Eleven had been written in Sharpie on the wall, along with the address to the 7-Eleven I worked at and my house address. The most disturbing part, I also found various kitchen knives, along with a large pocket knife sitting in the closet. What started out as seemingly just an innocent person turning into something of a prank ultimately turned into something much more horrifying. He had been living down there for God knows how long, and I'm just grateful that, for whatever reason, he changed his mind and left, because I haven't seen or heard from him since.
No.
All I can say is that man is dangerously ill.
Yo! Oh my god, that is so creepy. Okay, tip number 1, never book a hotel or a flat with basements or attics. Jeez. Those are really creepy, so they might kill you. There might be people who will kill you and other stuff, but bro, that was one of the creepiest things. Okay, moving on to the second one. This one is called Home Invasion. Let's get into this, guys. I'm super scared. I don't want to do this, but we have to. So 3, 2, 1.
It was a cold, foggy evening when I contacted a
1983?
close friend of mine to stay at my place for the night. Both of us were only 10 years old at the time, and my parents were often at work until midnight, so I was usually alone with nothing to do except
Why is he
watching a
so near the
television show
TV?
or reading a book. My friend Alex had agreed to come over and brought a game of Monopoly to pass some of the time. I also asked if he was interested in going to explore an abandoned subway station 3 miles away. He seemed excited at first, so we planned to go on the trip in the morning.
Serious?
I remembered that the subway dated back to the mid-1920s and became abandoned in 1932 after the market crash in 1929. I was very fascinated about its
Nerd alert!
history,
Okay,
but
let's
never
keep
got the chance to go inside after my parents had warned me not to enter.
E.T.?
As I quietly slept in my bed, I heard what sounded like a gunshot coming from the forest behind the house. Both of us woke up, frightened after what we had heard, and I told my friend not to worry as hunters tend to go into the forest on frequent occasions, but when I checked the time, it was 11:39 p.m. This seemed very unusual as hunters only came into the forest between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. I looked at Alex and decided to get out of my bed, intending to look through the window and spot for anyone in the forest. The darkness clouded my vision, so I was unable to see anyone in the forest. I turned around and looked at Alex again, when suddenly I heard the front door squeak open. Chills went down my spine.
Lock the door, you idiot! Oh my god. Do you remember the scene where he just pushes the door back but he didn't even lock it? That's the stupid thing. Just lock it, you idiot. Okay, they're 10 years old, so they might not get it. Okay.
Both of us quietly moved to the bathroom, locked the door, and kept the light off. It was the only safe place in the house. Both of us were terrified as we desperately tried to keep as calm as we could. We heard footsteps getting louder and louder until they stopped in front of the bathroom door. And then this is when the most terrifying sound forced my heart to almost burst. Both of us screamed as the person chopped the door to pieces. It was pitch black inside the room, making it hard to find the vent, and by the time I spotted the vent, the person behind the door had made a hole big enough for us to see him. The man adorned black leather and was wearing a plague doctor mask.
Run!
I scurried back to the vent, but it was too high above the floor for us to reach it, so Alex told me to go first because he was the strongest. He lifted me up on his shoulders, allowing me to open the vent and crawl inside.
Go fast!
When I looked at the door again, the man had managed to fit his arm through the hole and reached for the lock. I quickly grabbed Alex's hand, but struggled to pull him up into the vent.
No!
Alex! I shouted, and began going after him. I pursued the
Run!
figure until I was led to the abandoned subway deep within the forest. It was chilly and foggy, meaning that I could only see objects within a range of 5 or 6 yards. Inside the subway was a pool of freezing cold water. It was so dark that I couldn't see anything. I had to rely on listening to the screams from Alex and track the source. As I slowly walked through the subway, I was now struggling to breathe under the intense stress and fear of the situation. Alex! I called, but there was no response. I continued walking through the water until the exit was no longer visible. I was now experiencing a massive panic attack. I had lost track of Alex, and I had no idea where I was or how to get out. Where are you, Alex?
Yo. Oh my god. No. Oh my god, guys. That is so scary. I think that's one of the scariest one right here. Yo. Why would you need to go out? Or just lock the front doors, you idiot. Especially if you're alone in the house and no one's there. Lock all the doors. Lock all the windows. Put your blinds on. Then you can play Monopoly, okay? Oh my god. This one is really scary. And why would you need to explore an abandoned subway station? I would never go there. I would just watch home and watch TV. That's what I would do. Or just make YouTube videos and upload them. Jeez. Okay guys, that was pretty scary. I would like to rate that 9 out of 10. That was pretty scary. My heart is beating right now. Okay, guys. I think we're gonna end the video here because I don't want to do more. But we're gonna have a part 2, so stay tuned. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give me a fat thumbs up. They're great. Appreciate it. Subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.